So let's take up one illustration to understand the concept of accounting equation. How will you prepare the accounting equation? What is the format? We will understand by this solving this illustration. So illustration 2 says, show the accounting equation on the basis of the following transaction and prepare a balance sheet on the basis of the last new equation. Right. So basically in this chapter we are going to check that every transaction follow the accounting equation. We will analyze each transaction in terms of assets and liabilities, and we will check whether this accounting equation total assets equal total liabilities is signifies or not. So how we will show and how we will prepare, just now I'm going to explain you. So these are the transactions given. This is a format. In this format, first you write down serial number, second you write down transaction. Children, you will solve these questions horizontally, not in vertically in your register. Because so many items are involved, so it will not complete in your vertical way. If you are solving this question in vertical way, you have to solve these questions in horizontal way, right? So first up, there are three columns: one for say serial number, second for transaction, and third, which is the bigger one, that will involves accounting equation. So first you will write serial number, then transaction, then you will write assets and put a assets definitely more than liabilities and capital. So you will write assets and liabilities plus capital. This is the equation you will write. Now I am going to tell you how will you solve these questions. So the process is, you will read every transaction, like first transaction, second transaction, and first you read the first transaction and analyze it. Suppose the first transaction is Mukesh started business with rupees 80,000. So this transaction involves cash and capital. So when you solve these questions, first step is to read out all the transaction and find out what are the assets and liabilities are involved. So you will write it, keep reading it, and keep on adding the assets and liabilities in the first line. After that, you will take one by one all the transaction. Like first transaction, first you in the question you have read that Mukesh started business with cash. You analyze this transaction and you got to know it involves cash, and capital. So after reading first transaction, you will write on the extreme left cash and extreme right of your page capital. Then you will read second transaction in your question. Second transaction given in your question is purchase goods for cash. So purchase goods for cash, what are the accounts are involved? For purchase goods, purchases account, but for the accounting equation we will take it in the form in terms of assets. So purchase goods means stock and cash is involved, both are assets. So cash we have already written, then you will write stock. Next, now you read third transaction, purchase goods on credit. So stock is involved, which is already you have mentioned. Then on credit means the creditor is involved. Creditor is a liability, so you will write creditor here. Then you will read the fourth transaction, purchase furniture for cash. So cash, which is already mentioned here. Now furniture you will add in your this equation, right? Now again you read the next fifth one, paid rent. So paid rent means cash is involved and expenses involved. Cash you have already written, and for expenses I have told you the rule, you will deduct from the capital which is already mentioned here. Now next is received commission rupees 500. So commission is an income, you are receiving commission, it's an income, so it should be added to the capital you have already written, and cash is also already written. Now next is withdrew cash for personal use. So two things are involved, drawings involved and the same time cash. So cash is decreasing, cash is already written here, and for drawings I have told you, you will deduct from the capital is decreasing, drawing is nothing but the capital decrease in capital, so it should be deducted from the capital. Now next is sold goods on credit for rupees 40,000, cost was 30,000. So understand this, you are selling sold goods means you are selling the stocks on credit for 40,000, and the cost of goods were 30,000. So stock is involved, stock is going out from the business, stock is decreasing, so stock is already mentioned here, and the same time you are selling it on credit means the customer hasn't yet paid, so debtor is involved, so you will write debtor here, and the same time cost of goods were 30,000 and you are selling on 40,000, so there is a 10,000 profit. That profit will be added to the capital is already mentioned here. Now next is paid to creditor rupees 15,000. Now credit, two things are involved, creditor and cash. Cash is decreasing, so cash is already mentioned, and the same time creditor is also decreasing. Creditor you have already mentioned at the time of purchase. So first of all, read out each transaction, analyze it in terms of assets and liabilities, and keep writing assets and liabilities here in the second line. And after that, after analyzing all the transaction and you have written all the items here, then you start solving the question. Now you take the first transaction, you write serial number and write the Mukesh started business with 80,000 as a transaction. Now two things are involved, Mukesh started business, cash is involved, capital is involved, cash is involved. Just below the cash you will write 80,000, and thus below the capital you will write down 80,000. Rest of plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 equals 0 plus, and after that you will write the equation is cash 80,000, stock 0 plus furniture 0, debtors plus 0 equal creditors 0 plus capital 80,000. This is my first equation. Now again means equation was assets equal liabilities, it is proved here. Equation 80, assets is 80,000 and liability plus capital is also 80,000, so proved. This transaction signifies the equation. Now second transaction you will write down serial number 2, then purchase goods for cash rupees 28,000. So stock is involved and cash is involved, your stock is increasing, so you will add the stock with 28,000, and the same time you are making payment of cash, that is cash is decreasing, so it should be deducted. You deduct 28,000 from the cash, rest is 000. Now new equation is out of 80,000 you will deduct the 28,000, now it becomes 52,000. Stock is increased by 28,000, so you will write 28,000. Furniture remains 0 plus 0, debtors plus 0 equal creditors 0 plus capital 80,000. If you add it, 52,000 plus 28,000, 80,000. Asset side total is 80,000, and the liability plus capital side 0 plus 80,000, 80,000 means equation is balanced. Now third transaction, purchased goods on credit. So two accounts are involved, stock stock is increasing, and the same time creditor is increasing. So just below the stock you will write add 20,000, and on the creditor you will add the 20,000. Rest is 000. Now new equation, cash is 52,000, stock now become 48,000, creditor 20,000, and capital is 80,000. So if liability plus capital is 1 lakh, same asset side 52,000 plus 48,000, 1 lakh, means equation is balanced. Now fourth transaction, purchase furniture for cash. Two assets are involved, furniture is involved and cash is involved. So cash is decreasing by 6,000, so we will deduct 6,000 here, and the same time furniture is increasing, so we will add 6,000 to the furniture. Rest is 0. So if you see simply equation, a cash is increased by 6,000, and the same time furniture is cash is decreased by 6,000 and furniture is increased by 6,000, so equation is unaffected, right? So new equation is, we will deduct 6,000 from the cash. Now cash become 46,000, stock is already the same amount, 48,000. Now furniture is increased by 6,000, you will write plus 6,000 plus debtors 0 equal creditors 20,000 plus capital 80,000. Now liability plus capital side is, liability side is 1 lakh total, and asset side we will check for 46,000 plus 48,000 plus 6,000, this is again 1 lakh. So equation is balanced. Now next you will write down serial number 5, then paid rent 2,000. Two accounts are involved. Expenses, you're making payment of rent, means expenses is involved. Rent expenses, I have told you a rule that it should be deducted from the capital, so 2,000 will be deducted from the capital, and the same time cash is also decreasing, so amount. So if you see as a equation, asset is decreased by 2,000, so capital is also decreased by 2,000. Now the overall equation become, cash is decreased by 2,000, now balance is 44,000, stock the same amount 48,000, furniture 6,000, debtors 0, liabilities 20,000. Now capital is decreased by 2,000, now it becomes 78,000. Now if you see the total of the capital and liability side, it become 98,000, and the same time asset side is also 44,000 plus 48,000 plus 6,000, that is 98,000. So equation is balanced. Now sixth transaction you will write down 6 number, then you write the transaction, received commission 500. Now two accounts are involved, commission as an income, commission received as an income, and the same time cash is involved. So cash is increasing by 500, it will be added to the cash, and for income I have told you the rule that it should be added to the capital, so it is added to the capital. Now new equation is, you will add 500 to the cash. Now cash balance become 44,500, stock is same carried forward, that is 48,000, furniture 6,000, debtor 0, liabilities 20,000, and capital 78,500. Now if you see that sum total of liabilities and capital, now it become 98,500, or if you and the asset total 44,500 plus 48,000 plus 6,000, again this is also 98,500. So equation is balanced. Now next seventh number, withdrew cash for private use rupees 3,000. Now drawing is involved and cash is involved. Cash is decreased by 3,000, so it should be deducted here. So it should be deducted here. And the same time drawings, for drawings I have told you it should be deducted from the capital, so 3,000 deducted from the capital. Now new equation is 41,500, cash become 41,500, stock same 48,000, furniture 6,000, debtor 0, creditors 28,000, capital 75,500. Now the overall sum total of liabilities plus capital become 95,000. 500, and the same time if you add the asset side total, it is also 41,500 plus 48,000 plus 6,000, that is 95,500. Now write down the eighth transaction. This eighth transaction is sold goods on credit for 40,000, cost is 30,000. So whenever you are selling goods, means stock is decreasing, and stock is decreasing, cost of the stock is 30,000, you will deduct 30,000 here, and the same time it is sold on credit, so debtor will be added. For debtor, we will add the selling price, that is 40,000. You have to receive 40,000 from the debtor, and the same time there is a 10,000 profit. That profit will be added to the capital. So now check the new equation. Cash is 41,000, earlier one, and now it is still 41,500. Stock become, after this transaction, stock is decreased. Now the balance become 18,000. Furniture 6,000. Debtor is increased by 40,000. Liabilities, creditors 20,000, and capital is increased by 10,000, that is 85,500. Now the total become 1,05,500 of the liabilities plus capital. And if you check the asset side, it is also 41,500 plus 18,000 plus 6,000 plus 40,000, the same 1,05,500. Now the last transaction, paid to creditors 15,000. Two things are involved, two accounts are involved: cash as an asset, and the same time creditor as a liability is involved. So cash is decreased by 15,000. Cash is decreased by 15,000, and the same time creditor is also decreased by the same amount. So now final is, after that there is no other transaction given in the question, so we will reach to the final transaction. Cash is now balance is 26,500, stock is 18,000, furniture 6,000, debtors 40,000, creditors 5,000, remain 5,000, and capital is 85,500. So sum total of liabilities plus capital is 90,500, and the asset side sum total is also 90,500. This final equation balances will be shown in the asset, because question is also asked to prepare a balance sheet. So balance sheet, in the balance sheet you will write balance sheet of the Mukesh as at, date is not given in the question, so you leave it. And on this side you will write liabilities plus capital, or simply liabilities you can write, and on the right side you will write asset. Then you will write name of, in final equation, all the name of the assets: cash, stock, furniture and debtor, and you will write the final equation amount. That is, if you see the final equation, cash is 26,500. Now this is also written 26,500. In the same way, stock balance is 18,000, furniture 6,000, debtor is 40,000. Now total is 90,500, and the same time creditor 5,000, capital 85,500, 90,500. So this is all about the accounting equation. Both side assets equal liabilities.